It's 20 years since Joey Dunlop recorded the first of his 23 wins at the Ulster. The hair may be a little greyer now and the eyesight not so good, but Joey will be back at Dundrod tomorrow, and not just to make up the numbers. His performance in Monaghan suggests he'll once again be eyeing out the big prize. We'll have 5 cameras covering the Glasslough circuit. From the start it's flat out past camera 1 at Drumbanagher. Then it's through a series of left-handers at Glenann. From there it's a sprint to Monaghan Road. The riders are really out in the country now. Camera 4 picks them up at the Deer's Leap. From there it's through 2 tricky bends at Smithy and Station Corner and the race to the line.
We're on the line for the Lambert and Butler Open Race. The flag goes up and away we go, charging up through the gears, up towards Drumbanagher. John Donnan on the R1 Yamaha in the lead. Joey Dunlop in second. Jason Griffiths is in there as well, along with Dennis McCulloch. Here we come up towards Glenann, the first time round Glenann, and it is indeed John Donnan from Joey Dunlop. Then I believe that was Dennis McCulloch in third, and we'll see it looks like Adrian Archibald in fourth and Jason Griffiths in 5th position. Coming down over the roller coasters for the first time, John Donnan on the R1 Yamaha, Joey Dunlop on the RC45 Honda, and it looks like Adrian Archibald has just got ahead of Dennis McCulloch into third. Rounding the turns in this tight, twisty circuit, a 2.6 mile Glasslough circuit. You can see the silage bales there. They were drawn in by the tractors through the weeks. Now we're being raced round by 1000cc and 750 road racing machines. John Donnan leads, Joey Dunlop still in second. Here we come, it's still the R1 Yamaha of John Donnan, then Joey Dunlop, Adrian Archibald and Chris Dowd's 900 Honda, they're in 3rd position. Dennis McCulloch, the first of the 250s, in 4th position. So here we come into Smithy's end for the first time. Number 12, John Donnan leads, Joey Dunlop in second, Adrian Archibald third, and then Dennis McCulloch still holds fourth. In the station corner and through the start and finish area to complete another lap. The signboards go out there on the right hand side, letting riders know what position they're in. Up through Drumbanagher again on these big machines, we're accelerating up to 160 miles an hour on country roads. Absolutely incredible. So we wait for the race leaders coming into Glenann. Number 12, John Donnan. Number 3, Joey Dunlop. They round the Glenann section, just coming past the churchyard on the left-hand side, and then down into that frightening, very sharp left-hand turn at Flaxmill. John Donnan, Joey Dunlop and Adrian Archibald. And a fantastic pace already been set by this leading group of riders, because they're already catching up on the back markers. Number 56, Kenneth McRae from Killalay. But here come the leading group, and Joey Dunlop is certainly getting much closer now to John Donnan, the hourglass man. John prepares a lot of the machines, the engines for the machines that he's racing against, and he's got every ounce of power coming out of this R1 Yamaha at the moment. John Donnan from Joey Dunlop. Joey Dunlop looks up the inside, but John Donnan has it covered as they come round Smithy and then back into the station corner up through the start and finish area again. John Donnan tucks in behind the bubble. Joey Dunlop, and certainly Joey Dunlop much closer now. John Donnan goes through, heading up towards Drumbanagher. Joey Dunlop gets the wheel of the RC45 just paws the air there as they head up towards the top of the circuit, and Joey Dunlop looking round the outside as they disappear under the hedgerows there. We'll see who comes out on tops, and it still is John Donnan, only just from Joey Dunlop. John Donnan leads, Joey Dunlop in second, coming round Glenann once again. John Donnan will be praying that he can hold on as he passes the church down into Flaxmill turn. Some riders appear from below the trees. Oh, it's back markers. Will this play a significant role in this race? And Joey Dunlop, the yellow helmet of Joey Dunlop, is in the lead. Joey now takes the lead in this Lambert and Butler Open Race. Joey Dunlop leads. John Donnan in second as they lean into the left-hand turn. Turning into Monaghan now. Let's see, and a local competitor, number 38, Ron McKendrick there from Glasslough. He should know these roads fairly well, but he's about to be gobbled up by Joey Dunlop. Joey Dunlop gets through. John Donnan, oh, and John Dunlop, he's been blocked. Joey Dunlop has got the advantage. Coming out of the trees once again, Joey Dunlop passes another back marker. Then John Donnan lines the back marker up as well. Joey Dunlop, hard on the brakes, changing down through the gearbox of the RC45 Honda. John Donnan, then we get a glimpse of number 2, Dennis McCulloch, the first of the 250s. Number 49 is Jason Griffiths. Jason on the PJ-10 R1 Yamaha. But Jason's well off the pace in this one, because here is the pole setter. It is indeed Joey Dunlop, the familiar yellow helmet once again of Joey Dunlop. Leans into the turn there. And the last lap flag goes out, so Joey has one more lap to possibly chalk up another race win in his illustrious career. Joey Dunlop goes through. Then we look to see John Donnan now dropping off the pace in second. Joey comes round the Glenanne series of corners. Just changes the machine into the left-hand turn, past the church. For the final time, is Joey Dunlop going to set himself up for the Ulster Grand Prix with a race win here in this Lambert and Butler Open race? Down the roller coaster, Joey Dunlop just sits up from behind the bubble over the jump. The front wheel just pawing the air, a little bit of a quiver there as the RC45 shakes over the jump.
25 seconds.
And when will this man ever give up? Joey Dunlop leading this race now by quite a substantial margin. His veteran, 47 years old, he's won more road races than I care to remember. Coming into station for the final time. Joey Dunlop down through the gearbox, leans the machine into the left-hander. You'll see the waves and you'll hear the cheer any minute now because Joey Dunlop wins the race. Number 3, Joey Dunlop.
Second finisher there was
Official confirmation, Dunlop wins, Donnan in second, Adrian Archibald third, setting Joey up for Dundrod.
It's my favourite course, I always go well there and I really like it. It suits my type of riding anyway because it's all quick sort of bends.
And you'll probably be going in what, 5 or 6 races?
I'm going on 6 I think, if I stick it. I like to concentrate on the 750, I'm going well on it this year and it's going well and I'm going to try and save myself for the 2 750 races.
Yes, you're trying to turn the tables on the Yamahas, aren't you?
I'll let you go at the minute. I had bad luck at the Northwest because I had trouble with the bike and I didn't get at it, and the TT had tired problems. And I'm looking forward to Ulster Grand Prix now.
We're on the 5th lap of the McIlvenny Motors Grand Final, and it's Joey Dunlop leading from that man once again, John Donnan in second. And there's your race leaders. But following them is number 6, Gary Dines, then it's Owen McNally, and right behind Owen is number 13, Adrian Archibald, on the Chris Dowd 900 Honda. Joey Dunlop, both wheels off the ground. John Donnan, one wheel off the ground and over to the left-hand side as well. These two riders are really pushing to the limit. Gary Dines, the first of the 250. And there's number 2, Dennis McCulloch. He's back in 6th position. Joey Dunlop comes round to complete yet another lap. Oh, and Joey Dunlop's out. John Donnan right onto the grass, and it looks like it could be ignition problems have ruled Joey Dunlop out of this race. What disappointment for Joey Dunlop. So John Donnan leads on the final lap of the race. He's looking for his 2nd race win of the day. Just rounding Glenanne, but look at Gary Dines. Gary Dines on the 250 Francis Neil Honda, now right behind John Donnan. John Donnan gets the wheel in the air. Gary Dines, and look at the back markers again. Coming into the final bend, it's like Piccadilly Circus here. The 2 race leaders dicing down towards station corner. John Donnan, but Gary Dines is going round the outside. Gary Dines, John Donnan and Gary Dines cross the line now. That's so close, we'll have to leave it to the official timekeepers to call the result. The official confirmation then, John Donnan gets the nod, but despite 2 wins on the day, not looking forward to the Ulster.
No, we wouldn't be a lover of this place. It's big, fast, sweeping bends, and I don't go good at that. Our next good goal will be Corridor and Killalane. I would be keen on the narrower roads and rougher roads more so than the like of the Ulster. Yeah, it suits us fine.
The Ulster will suit the other 2 podium finishers fine though. 2nd place Gary Dines and the 3rd finisher Adrian Archibald, both looking forward to tomorrow. Both are men in form, and Archibald's a course winner at Dundrod earlier this year.
Dundrod is a circuit I had trouble with for a few years, but now you seem to have got the hang of it, and a win there in June was nice.
Now, earlier this year, a lot of riders were moving to Yamaha, but you've stuck with Honda.
Yes, that's right. I've rode Hondas now for 5 or 6 years, and it's still a very good bike. I didn't panic like the rest, and the Honda's doing a good job for me. I've rode the 600 bike now for a long time. It would be the one I'd be best on, but the 900 is also a good bike, and we're getting the hang of it now, sorting out a few problems, but everything's starting to go well.
Dennis McCulloch and Owen McNally share a few tips and perhaps put on a little bit of a wager. But we're back on the line for the start of the 250 race. We're away, and let's see who gets that drive up towards the Drumbanachar. Owen McNally leads. Gary Dines is right there in second. Joey Dunlop and John Creeth also in among the bunch. Look at the bunch of riders through these narrow, twisty roads. Owen McNally, Gary Dines, Joey Dunlop, John Creeth. That's the first 4 riders through. A fantastic pace being set in the opening lap of this 250 junior race. Owen McNally leads. He's already won the Regal 600 race here today, and he won this corresponding 250 race last year at Glaslough. Round the turn, Joey Dunlop still in there in 3rd position. And then a stream of riders come down over Cassidy. Oh, and a real wiggle there by number 9, Owen McNally. Gary Dines close in 2nd. Joey Dunlop 3rd. John Creeth still the 4th place runner. And a fantastic job done by the Monaghan Club and Monaghan District Council on this Glaslough circuit for today's event. And Owen McNally takes a look over his shoulder, but he needn't worry because he's ahead of this top-class field in today's junior event. Already he's starting to catch the back markers from Coleraine on the Bob Mullen Motors Honda. Owen McNally laps the back markers safely through. Owen McNally setting up blistering pace, tucks down in behind the bubble of the fairing. A little bit of a wobble there, but safely through. And here's the battle for 12th between Jeff McMullen, Martin Finnegan and Raymond Hanna. All jockeying for position. These riders really enjoy their road racing.
For the years, a lot of riders used to modify them.
Oh, and Raymond Hanna's off. He's got a high side thrown right over the bars and onto the ground.
Ray Hanna down there.
The marshals quickly on the scene. They're going to clear the debris. The replay of Raymond Hanna coming in. You'll see the back end stepping out, pitched right over the handlebars and smack onto the tarmac. Back to the leader. McNally charges on. Coming out of the trees, Owen McNally heads towards Cassidy's at something approaching 135 miles an hour. He is the pole setter, setting the pace. And there's the gap now, an increasing gap because the 2nd place man, Gary Dines, just dropping off the pace a little bit. Owen McNally in absolutely fantastic form today at Glaslough. He coasts home for the race win and will surely set him up for next week's Ulster. A wheelie and celebration as he crosses the line. Gary Dines still in 2nd. And confirmation of the official results.
Owen McNally, a 250 winner of the Ulster Grand Prix for the last 2 years. Can you make it 3 in a row?
I hope so, Dermot. The bike's actually being sorted out at the minute, so doing quite a bit of work with the Aprilia. Like, as you know, she only comes out once in the blue moon, but there's a guy on it at the minute, so hopefully she's ready in time, you know. So if all goes well, it should be like. The thing is, the Hondas are all catching up now, so. The Aprilia's still a good bike, but I think the Honda's is nearly as strong, so it could be a bit higher this year.
One man hoping to polish up his act is Gary Dines. A podium finisher at the Ulster last year. Can he improve on that tomorrow?
Well, I think we can if everything goes according to plan on the day and with no mishaps. That all depends. Ian Locker and Dennis McCullough, Owen McNally, those boys will have something to say about that, I'm sure, but we'll give it a go anyway.
And here's another man who'll have a lot to say about proceedings, Robert Dunlop. He's won at the TT, he's won at the Grand Prix, and he's won at the Northwest. This is the Super Kings 125 race, the most competitive race on the programme. We're almost ready for the off, and indeed we're away. The stream of charging, screaming 125s head up towards the top of the circuit. And number 12 in the lead, that's Aaron Burns, then number 55, Darren Lindsay. And the whole pack of riders come round. Look how tightly these riders are bunched in this 125 race. It's McCulloch from McNally, then Darren Lindsay. We're out in the country again, and Owen McNally pulls out of the slipstream and goes past Dennis McCulloch. Owen McNally leads, McCulloch in 2nd position. And the rest of these 125 riders stream through. McNally, McCulloch. Oh, and Darren Lindsay having a look up the outside, but not this time because McCulloch holds on to 2nd. Owen McNally leads the pack into Station Corner. Dennis McCulloch in 2nd position. Oh, and Darren Lindsay's overshot station corner. Darren Lindsay overshot the corner and he pulls back into the race in about 8th or 9th position. But no doubt about the man in the lead in this race, number 1. Owen McNally, McCulloch, and then all the rest of these riders stream through at about 130 miles an hour. Oh, and it looks like Alan Bud Jackson's day is over. He's a little bit disgusted, and we've just heard that Dennis McCulloch has also dropped out of this race. That means that Owen McNally is now way out in the zone in this Super Kings 125 race. This is now what the race is all about. The race for 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. And just as quick as you can say that, that's the gap between those riders. Robert Dunn, oh, and Ian Locker almost over the front of the screen. My goodness, he looks back as much as to say, what was that all about? Here's the replay. Watch how far he goes over the front of the machine. Almost over onto the front wheel. Lucky Locker, how lucky was he that time? But Robert Dunlop squeezes up the inside of Darren Lindsay. Darren Lindsay back in the 2nd. What a fantastic pace these 3-4 riders are setting here. And Joey Dunlop on the McMenemy Honda, not perhaps having the best of the season in the 125 class this year, but I'll never discount him for the Ulster Grand Prix. But here's this fantastic race for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Darren Lindsay, Robert Dunlop and Gary Dines, just as quick as you can say that. 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Owen McNally, this man is stretching the lead. You can look down and see the others haven't even rounded station corner. Owen McNally in a class of his own in this Super Kings 125 category. Darren Lindsay in 2nd, Gary Dines back up to 3rd, and Robert Dunlop back 1 spot in 4th. This young man Lindsay has come right back through from 8th position, now back up into 2nd. Gary Dines has a look, but no. Robert Dunlop and Ian Locker. And again, this man, so confident has his performance been today at Glasslough. He's just cruising round ahead of a star-studded pack of 125 riders. McNally stamping his authority all over this race, but Gary Dines, Robert Dunlop, Ian Locker battle it out for those top leaderboard positions. Gary Dines comes through. Then it's Darren Lindsay, Robert Dunlop and Ian Locker, the man who's had such a moment just a lap or two ago. Owen McNally on the Bob Mullen Motors 125 Honda continues his relentless charge. Oh, and there's been a change for 2nd. Robert Dunlop and Gary Dines. So Robert Dunlop moved up to 2nd. Gary Dines in 3rd. In 4th position, Ian Locker, and Darren Lindsay has dropped back 1 spot into 5th. What a tremendous scrap this is for 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. So competitive, these 125 races. Every time they hit the tracks, the race seems to become more and more competitive. And here they come again. Robert Dunlop, Gary Dines, Ian Locker and Darren Lindsay. As quick as you can get the names out. Oh, and looks like Locker tried round the outside, but that didn't work this time. My goodness, they all tuck into each other's slipstream. Oh, and here's the battle for 8th position. And that was a bit of a push and shove. And here's the replay. Just look how close they get. No pushing in this game, lads. But everybody safely round. Oh, and here's the battle for 2nd. Robert Dunlop, Ian Locker, Gary Dines and Darren Lindsay. As close as ever, these 4 competitors dicing it out for 2nd to 5th. But again, that man in the front, Owen McNally, stretches his advantage over this raging battle for 2nd. Robert Dunlop has the advantage. Oh, and Darren Lindsay almost tripped the back of the back marker there. My goodness, that was a close call. Inches between those 2 riders. But again, Robert Dunlop, Ian Locker and Lindsay with that manoeuvre has moved himself up into 4th position. How on earth did he manage to hold on? Gary Dines in 5th. No doubt about the race winner coming into the last lap. He has absolutely blasted a star-studded field. Coming round to pick up the checkered flag on his 3rd race win of the day here at Glasslough. Owen McNally. But what about this fantastic battle? Oh, and Darren Lindsay. Darren Lindsay up the inside. It looks like Darren Lindsay will get 2nd. Robert Dunlop just a touch behind in 3rd. Ian Locker and a disappointed Gary Dines in 5th. So it's McNally from Lindsay and Dunlop, and Owen McNally would go on to win a 2nd 125 race to make it 4 race wins on the day.
It is a real tight class, you know, there's always 4 or 5 dicing for the lead, and to win it, it's really, really hard work. Well, they're all really, really hard work, but to come away with a 125, you know, it's anybody's race usually at the last couple of laps, and to come away with it would be really special.
Well, the opposition's going to be really tight there, and It's largely the wee 125s on the day, you know, they can give a lot of bother, and it's setting them up on the day, and everybody wants to win, don't they? I'm really happy with top 3, like, really would.
I had a lot of trouble with the bike, but it's going well now, so I'm looking forward to the race. I think the lap record will go. I think I'll probably break it, so if the other boys wants to come along, then they're going to have to go that fast, I think.
Northwest and TT winner Ian Locker will certainly be going that fast, and not just on his 125.
Yeah, it'll be nice to do the treble, you know, Northwest, TT, and the Ulster. But I think also with the 500, I just really enjoyed riding that bike, and hopefully I can do something on against the big bikes of Jeffries and Duffus and the other guys, you know, and Joey, and you know. So we'll just have to see. I don't really know if the bike will be quite quick enough in a straight line, but we were about 8-10 mile an hour down on top speed at the Northwest, and we'll just have to see if it'll be quick enough at the Ulster, you know.
There were a few anxious phone calls before David Jeffries was past fit to ride, but the treble TT and Northwest winner is here and looking forward to his Ulster debut.
Yeah, I mean, if people keep saying to me, you know, I hope you come into the Ulster, and obviously when I did my hand at Knockhill, there was a lot of people up there were quite disappointed, and as I was. And then when I saw my doctor said I could ride, I was really pleased, because I enjoy racing in Ireland. People, they love the racing, and they genuinely are, they are just genuine fans who really, really love racing, and it is a privilege to come and ride over here, because the fans just love it so much.
Four-time winner Owen McNally loved it in Monaghan as he burned off his rivals. Find out who left their mark at the Ulster Grand Prix in a special hour-long highlights programme here on UTV at 10 o'clock on Wednesday night.